Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the video. We're going to be on Berlin in the LT432 for this particular game and replay. And what I'm going to show you is, well, first I'm going to start it off with a question. Can you brawl in light tanks? The answer is not so simple, and I'm going to show you why and kind of explain that. For 95% of people, maybe 98% of people, brawling is usually not going to work in light tanks because it requires you to be like beyond skilled in the understanding of reload speeds, people's locations, and you also almost have to have a sixth sense of your own to determine like where people might be on corners and stuff like that. So can you brawl in a light tank? You can, but in order to do it properly and correctly, you have to, like I said, be extremely skilled with the game. Not just light tanks, but with the game, right? And understanding everything about the game. So I kind of learned this particular brawling style on this map, and this location, I should say, from Lemming Rush. Lemming Rush used to be a streamer and a YouTuber, and he eventually gave it up. He came back for like one video, but he does other things now, you know, to get money. He had a very successful channel. He even did, what do you call it? He like trained people, so he had like actual training sessions where you could pay him and he would play with you so that you could become a better player. I don't really believe in that. I don't think, if I even did that, I don't think anyone would pay. But it was a really brilliant idea, and he did a lot of mentoring sessions, I believe is what he called them. And I learned this from him. And what you can see me doing here is kind of trying to keep the M41 behind cover. But what I'm going to kind of do, and in this replay, I don't even really brawl per se. I'm more just a distraction. And that's what I mean by me saying at the beginning, do you really brawl in light tanks? Like, you don't really. You can't take any damage, so you kind of just have to be a distraction. So I'm kind of just a distraction here. I'm waiting for the WZ. I see the T69 here. The T69 gets a shot into me. He's worried about me, though. He's trying to take an extra shot into me. And the Ho-Ri and the Oho are trying to push the WZ. Now watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to come around, I'm going to smack the WZ. The shot doesn't go in, but look, he adjusts himself to try and go after me now, right? So he's now trying to go after me. I'm waiting for the Oho to come in. He's still pointing his gun at me, and now the Oho has a shot. Now I'm going to run in, and I'm just going to show you guys my camera angle, right? And I hit him. I even get a little ram in there. I'm going to try for his lower plate. I think it bounces. But now it gives the Ho-Ri the ability to basically ram this guy from behind. I can put one more into him, and then somebody else cleans him up. So even in this game, we didn't really brawl. However, the point I'm trying to make here is if you had a couple of tanks here, and let's just say like the Ho-Ri and the Oho were still over here, and I had another tank that was poking here, you could wait for him to fire on the heavies and then poke up and get a shot. And you can do this in other vehicles, but with a light tank, or even these quick mediums, right, that are in the game, it's so much easier for you to poke up, smack someone, and then come back down. And in heavies, you'll find, especially the super heavies, that it's not as easy to do that. That's what makes a tank like the LT432 very powerful, because you can make these really quick pokes. I would even call them like sharp pokes, where you're just poking out real quick, taking like a snapshot and pulling back out. And in super heavies, this doesn't work. The tanks just have way too much of a bloom. It takes way too long to turn the turret. So hopefully you guys understand what I mean here. You didn't really see any brawling because my heavies were basically able to do it. However, we did cause quite a bit of a distraction here, and I think we were able to win this side of the map. So because I was over here, we were able to win this side of the map a minute sooner, maybe, perhaps. We were going to win this game anyway, but it's just something to note, right? And then what you'll find is if you win that side of the map, you get opportunities like I have now on the IS-5 to come around, get 2 more free shots, and clean someone up. And now we've won this side even faster, and I'm going to push the south. Normally I would go to the south on this map, guys, but I like to really open you up to different ideas and different ways of playing your tank, right? I only focus on light tanks, so if you're in a light tank such as the LT432, the T54 lightweight, one of these tanks, even like the Hawk 30, that can brawl, you should try it. you know, even if it's just 1 or 2 games, if it doesn't work for you, then don't worry about it. But sometimes you can get away with kind of doing this distraction type play, and you know, you can benefit from it, right? Because you'll end up winning us one side of the map a lot quicker. So now that that's kind of out of the way, you'll see me rushing in here, and what really helps us win this game even faster, I should say, is that we won the north, but now I was in the north, so I can push this easily, get here really, really fast, and people are saying, like, to cap, and I'm like, dude, I'm not capping in this game. Like, we have the whole map, right? So now I push in, I don't give these guys any breathing room at all. I snapshot the M41 here, clean him up, and now this is just a matter of cleaning everybody up, guys, really. That's all it is. I'm just going to fast forward, show you guys the end of this game. You know, I end up getting the last shot into the Leo here, and we end up with 1159 damage, 1425 assists. So, you know, again, does Brawling work in light tanks? The answer to that question is not really. It doesn't really work because you can't really take any shots. However, you can do something creative and wait for people to fire and then poke in, be an extra gun, a very, very quick gun at that, and smack people, and you're only hitting them for like 170 damage, right, in the LT-432. But most heavy tank players are not just going to ignore you. They're going to turn their turrets all the way over here like this, and if you face super heavies, this is even more beneficial. They'll turn their turret like this, and then someone will poke around from the other corner, from the other side on your team, and hit them right in the side, right? So that's kind of the goal here. It's not brawling, it's distracting, in my opinion, and I do it quite well. At times, right? I don't do it well all the time, but there's times where in this game it will kind of work. And, you know, there's times where it doesn't work. But anyway, I want to open you guys up to kind of a different style of play. So I hope this helps you out. If you get a city map, especially in a light tank, I hope this kind of helps you out to determine when you're safe to take, you know, shots, and kind of just open you up to the thought of being able to quote unquote brawl in a light tank, right? So there you go. Let's take a look at the M plates, and I will let you guys go. So this is a second class game, 1835 spotting, 1159 damage. We got a good amount of badges here for this game, and we were top. We had 4 kills, 1093 experience, so it paid off, the play I made, I suppose. It wasn't great, but you know, I felt like we did something, right? And we lost 11k. I did fire, I believe, a good amount of the AP rounds, the gold rounds, due to the fact that I'm going against heavies. You really want to make sure those are going to pen, and even then, when we had the lower plate of that WZ or whatever it was, we still bounced at point blank range, right? So keep that in mind. Light tanks usually don't have the best penetration, so that's another reason why they don't always work well for, again, quote-unquote brawling, right? But again, I should not even call it this, because it's really just kind of being a distraction and taking shots when you have the opportunity. So that's it, guys. If you enjoy this type of content, again, if you're new to the channel, I do a lot of light tank stuff, and basically my videos are just assisting newer players or even more experienced players with light tanks, and doing things like map strategy, map awareness, and helping you guys out to be more comfortable in your light tanks, right? If you enjoy that content, feel free to subscribe. Do like and comment, guys. It helps the video get recommended more, and I will catch you for the next one. Take care, and bye-bye.